What's up, Digidestins? This is Kyle D, better known as RideMyAvatar, and today we are going to be breaking down the last couple events from none other than SBO2. So without further ado, let's get in the video and talk about it. Find all these events and data where you need it. It's at Eggman Events. He does every Bandai game, and so enjoy using that feature and just taking a look. So first major event we're going to talk about is Play TCG's December Online Ultimate Cup. This one had some great breakdowns. So Purple Hybrid had at least 1, 2, 3, and 4 different variants to come into play. You know, Purple Hybrid is just a very powerful deck. It just mills and does what it wants and it hits hard like a freight train. So just keep that in mind. We have Magna X at 3, and this is just the blue Magna. Mirage at 2, 3 Great Angels at 2, Lord Nightmon X at 2, 1 D Brigade, Ancient Greymon, and 7 Great Demon Lords, respectively. Magna X took it, followed by Mirage, Magna, D Brigade, Purple Hybrid, 3 Great Angels, Purple Hybrid, Merva, Lord Nightmon X, and so on and so forth, as you can see. So let's take a look here. Here is the first place Magna list. It's kind of just what you expect. You know, 3 Ancient Garu is just becoming more and more commonplace with Magna X as well. Actually, let me rephrase this. This is a different kind of version of Magna X. It's not becoming commonplace. This is, as I am literally changing the coin, Lobomon plus the Ancient Garu tech is very interesting for a lot of decks. This applies pressure that it wasn't originally doing, and this deck was starting to work and kind of come into the format in its fray, and it's kind of cool that it finally resolved and actually got the top that it needed. Next one we're going to talk about is Mirage, a deck that has overstayed its welcome. This deck probably needs to disappear out of the format. People are tired of seeing Mirage do well because, again, it's a deck from basically, you know, BT13, and we're all the way to going into BT20 now, and let's be straight, a lot of players don't like having to deal with decks that existed this long, and a very powerful one indeed. I mean, with Hexablow backing it up, there's just 2 really good, powerful Digimon, and the fact with almost everything just being able to jam out and not care is huge as well. Then we do have a more classic style of Magna X, where you take a look, you have Flamemon's Magna X Antibody, plus the Shine Gray Rumen mode, final Zupergun Punch, because that extra damage is just lethal, and then Paladin mode Ace, kind of just all in all. Then we do have D Brigade. D Brigade, very interestingly, I don't know. So, D Brigade, taking a look here. This is very classic D Brigade that you kind of come across. You know, you have Vikemon Ace, D Brigade, Dark Dramon. You know, this is what you kind of expect. You know, the deck is really solid, hasn't really disappeared completely out of the format. It just took people just being very confident on the deck, and the format just allows this deck to exist very comfortably with no issues. So if you ever max rarity this deck, it's pretty much good as time as now just to be able to flex it, you know. And I did max rarity this deck if I remember correctly. Then we do have the Dark Masters Apocalypse. So this one is the Purple Hybrid. So as you can see, it plays the Apocalypse, but two of each of the Dark Masters, just because being able to mill out your opponent and then mill them out even further can lead to being deck out wins, especially against those turtley decks. Magna X, I'm looking at you. Being able to have this value is really good, and being able to spam back, you know, if you have a Matt Ishida Tamer, you may use this card without meeting color requirements. Main, return 1 card Digimon card from your trash to your hand. So basically, you're just, if they answer Apocalypse, you have at least 1 card to get it back, and then you just combo it with the mat to be able to get that back as you're milling them out. And as long as Apocalypse can stay, your opponent's just going to have a bad time. And using Death Slingers and Jack Raids are always great cards, but you do have 9 ways till Sunday to answer opponent's threats with these on plays if you had to hard play them, because all you're doing is just doing the Digivolve shenanigans with Volgra Dusk, and boom, you're just milling them out. And Apocalypse can just help clean up the game from there. Either deck them out, or you're just winning by just the sheer amount of damage you've done with these guys. Again, Apocalypse is hard to answer once you get them low enough. Then we do have the great and powerful Digimon deck. This thing, once it got Shadow Seraphe, but it's been kind of just doing well for a while now. The deck has a great protection skill, making it so that, you know, when would have left the battle area other than by one of your effects or battle by trashing the top security star card, prevent that card from leaving, is huge. Again, being able to swing into your opponent's stuff and prevent them from, you know, winning is really good. You have Digimon Ace doing Digimon Ace shenanigans, but deck is good. Deck ain't going anywhere. And I mean, I expect to see this deck for a long while, to be honest with you. Digimon is just that good of a deck. I think a lot of people were sleeping on it, but now everybody's kind of getting their eyes awakened by this deck, so it's good to see. Then we do have another purple hybrid. So taking a look here, you know, this is more stock list. You have the Mervas, Argo, just to help the mirrors, and red hybrid matchup, slowing them down just a tad bit. But just taking a look across the board, solid, solid, solid. Then we have Lord Nightmon. Lord Nightmon Tekken Chimera is a little bit newer. So basically it does play some bodies and get some value. Zed Millenniumon's been kind of used for a little bit in Lord Nightmon decks, just as another big body, get an extra attack in kind of situation, because you do play cards that it can pop, aka this one, I think. So it just has some value to be able to get that final, those extra damage. And again, Zed Millenniumon's scary big booty. Then you do have more of a classic Lord Nightmon X build, you know, with the Anubis. You have the Argo. Argo's a little spicy here, but Lady Devi X, Best Daemon, and all the good stuff from here. Then we do have none other than the top end yellow. Yeah, Cinderellamon putting in some work. Those tokens can lead to being some scary stuff. Yellow top, and sometimes it's just enough to get those wins. Then we do have Cherubimon Ace plus Vikemon Ace. This is another Digimon deck. Not bad. We kind of just see this coming from time to time. Edamon being a really nice tech as well, just being able to slam that down and force your opponent to attack so you can use your aces, because sometimes they're just building up a wall just to counteract the Dominion eventually, and then you just need to force them to get the attack so you can punish them with your aces. Then we do have just more classic Galaxy shenanigans. Just deck's good. It is starting to fall out from the tops. It's only getting bottom tiers now, which is kind of expected. Merva, Gallant, you know, you mill a lot, so why not use Gallant and Guillemon to take advantage of it, and Genkumon promote. So again, rush bodies that are guaranteed as long as your trash meets conditions, or, you know, just taking advantage, because Mervamon can't always get you the rush you need. So you just focus more on just getting the memory enough to get to 6 or 3 and just apply pressure that way. Then another fantastic Magna X deck. We already know how I feel about this. It's just a very stock list at this point. Ancient Greymon doing Ancient Greymon shenanigans. Always good to see you, boy. Ancient Greymon applies work very comfortably. Deals a lot of damage. Yeah. Then we do have the 7 Great Demon Lords that took no, this was last place. So taking last place is given to 7 Great Demon Lords. Dead or Alive is a really great, interesting tech, because you do play Lucimons. And again, if this Lucimon can stick, you're going to have a good time, just because the abilities it does. And this one allowing you to get another body on board. Always scary. Lucimon, as long as you can swing into them, you're in a good spot. That's the only way you're winning these matchups. Now we got none other than Bandai Card Fest Utrecht Finals. Now taking a look, we got Mirage and Pielemon, 3 Great Angels, 7 Great Demon Lords, Purple Hybrid, 3 Great Angels, and Mirage and Mirage. Okay. So looking at it now, it was Mirage first. Want to put it past me to screw this up. Yep, Mirage was first. So as you can see, just that's interesting. They never really play the backup Mirage that I think is actually pretty decently enough, good enough for you to be playing. You know, the evade just gives it protection and stuff like that. But, you know, Hexablow, the shenanigans that this deck can do is just OP as can be. Then we do have Digimon with old Shirafe is kind of spicy just because you don't even play the Shirafe. Okay. So, you know, the recovery, then one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 4,000 DP. The fact that it doesn't actually combo really nicely with the deck, I don't understand why we're playing it. I know it's a virus, so you can't really do anything on it. It's a Seraphim. It doesn't get protection from Dominion. I don't know. I don't know if you would actually play this card. I think you should have been playing the regular Serafe, so you use Shadow Seraphim on Ace as well, but I don't know. Very interesting. 7 Great Demon Lords with Moon Millenniumon, really interesting, just because if you had to Digivolve on top of your stuff, you know, being able to downgrade your opponent's hand and then kill Tamers off is always scary, and especially against the purple hybrid shenanigans. I mean, red hybrid or purple hybrid, just killing off Tamers is really solid. Then we do have just the classic Dusk Volgra Argo Merva list. You just see this one very commonplace. It's a good deck. Digimon again, taking a look though, Dominion's pretty solid. If you guys see that there's so many Digimon decks now, it's not even funny. Mirage Hexablow, yeah, just doing things. Mirage Hexablow, yet again, very similar list, using Emperors to slow things down. Now we get into the Ultimate Cup in Magic Carta's December one. Let's get into it. 7 Great Demon Lords took first here. Nothing too crazy, but the Akihiko is just very interesting to have with Balthamon Sleep in, you know, your Rage mode. So, yeah, outside of that, nothing too scary or out of the ordinary here. Imperial Digimon doing Imperial Digimon things. Do you expect anything less from this deck sometimes? Just if you can get the XVmon Sting combo going, you just win it sometimes, and just being able to loop this with, you know, Return the Progenitor to basically come in for 2, spit these 2 out, get Pyldramon to swing twice before you do this, and then just Joggers again. You can almost clear about 4 to 5 security with no issues. The only deck that Imperial Digimon really fears is like Mirage, because Mirage basically shuts down their searchability because they're going to lose turn if they search sometimes, and that's just scary for them. This had Galacticmon in it, and I'm here for it. I love Galacticmon, and it's cool. Shadow Seraphimon Ace, a deck that I really want to try out. This deck is fire. I really want to build this deck. I have to get off my butt and build it. If you ever expect black, this is what you want. Ancient Greymon, just doing Ancient Greymon shenanigans. Really good player that plays this, Grime. He's one of the local players of mine, and dude tops these events. Gets in top 16 very comfortably with Ancient Grey. Then you do have the shenanigans of Galaxy. Galaxy just doing Galaxy things. Then taking a look here, we do have Paladin, Magna X, Magna, Zudamon Ace, just the whole 9 yards. Then you do have Gallant Merva, Argo. Again, deck's really good, really solid. No surprise that we are playing Gallantmon, you know? You're milling, you're going to have mills across the board. This one's another Ancient Garu, Magna X, just applies pressure. Just a really good, solid deck. Mirage, do we have to say more about this? Then we have, you know, Blue Galaxy with Regu, Hexablow, Mirage. You know the drill here. The deck's not going anywhere. Mirage again. Oh, we can skip this one. Mirage again. Skip that one. Ancient Greymon, just doing some Ancient Greymon shenanigans. Deck wants to OTK and apply pressure, it can with no issues. Then you have just Magna X Antibody, just dealing the big wall. Then this one, purple hybrid with Zubamon. Let's take a look at this one. So when your opponent's Digimon, when one of your Digimon would Digivolve into this card, reduce the Digivolution by 1 for each color in your opponent's trash. Turn, for every 2 colors in your opponent's trash, this card gains security attack 1 plus 2000 DP. I mean, it's a great pressure card, to be honest with you, to do something. I don't know about that. I mean, you're going to have maybe 2 colors at max. If there is a 3 color in there, good for you. This thing's just really having a field day. Again, classic Merva shenanigans with, you know, purple hybrid. But all in all, guys, hopefully you enjoyed the video. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll catch you next one. Peace.